We are kicking things off with major news out of Raleigh, as the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation prepares for a massive transformation. The SBI is breaking ground on its brand new headquarters on Garner Road, and this groundbreaking ceremony is set to take place on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Get ready to see how this new campus will consolidate employees and boost innovation across the entire agency. This project is a huge investment in public safety, and Director Chip Hawley says this modern environment will strengthen their ability to serve law enforcement partners and the people of North Carolina. We dive into all the details of this monumental construction project right now. And a shift in wind direction. Stay tuned for the full breakdown of the unsettled weather pattern that will continue through the holiday weekend. Finally, let's talk about the shifting political landscape in North Carolina leading up to the election. The latest update shows Democrats and Republicans both dipping below 30%, while independent voters are surging to nearly 40%. We break down the recent registration trends, showing how unaffiliated voters are making up the bulk of the new registrations. Don't miss this analysis as we look at the full context of this changing political environment. Stay with us for more news and analysis. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, or SBI, is set to commence construction on its new headquarters in Raleigh. The groundbreaking ceremony is scheduled for 10 a.m. on Tuesday, May 19, at the new campus site located on Garner Road. This major project is designed to modernize the agency's operations and enhance collaboration across its workforce. The new campus will feature a new headquarters building, a dedicated logistics building, and renovations to the existing facility. SBI stated that the initiative is focused on creating a modern, state-of-the-art environment intended to boost efficiency and innovation by consolidating employees from various locations. This groundbreaking marks the initial phase of a comprehensive, four-phase plan to transform the site, a transformation that has not occurred in over 50 years. Future plans for the site include expanding logistics operations, adding a campus maintenance facility, and increasing parking capacity. SBI Director Chip Hawley emphasized the significance of the investment, stating, "This project represents a significant investment in the future of the SBI and the public safety of North Carolina. By bringing our teams together in a modern, purpose-built environment, we are strengthening our ability to serve our law enforcement partners and the people of this state." Construction is anticipated to be completed by late 2027, paving the way for personnel to move into the new facilities in early 2028. North Carolina is set to experience continued high temperatures through Wednesday, with a shift toward milder and unsettled weather approaching the Memorial Day weekend. Temperatures reached a new high of 90 degrees on Monday, marking the first time this year the region has hit that mark. Wednesday will see triad temperatures soaring back into the 90s. However, a cold front is expected to move in on Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing a chance for rain, a change in wind direction, and a noticeable drop in temperatures. An unsettled weather pattern is forecast to persist later in the week and continue throughout the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Residents are advised to monitor local weather alerts for the latest updates. North Carolina social welfare organizations and event sponsors must navigate complex gift restrictions under the State Government Ethics Act to ensure compliance when providing food and beverages to state officials at events. This analysis details which entities are covered by these rules, defines prohibited gifts, and outlines the exceptions available to maintain legal standing. The State Government Ethics Act defines a gift as any monetary value received for free from a lobbyist, lobbyist principal, state government liaison personnel, or certain interested persons with business before a government agency, with no minimum dollar threshold. The gift ban specifically prohibits lobbyists, lobbyist principals, and state government liaison personnel from making gifts to legislators, legislative employees, or public servants, and covered officials are forbidden from knowingly accepting such gifts. Key definitions include legislators, members and presiding officers of the state Senate and House of Representatives. Legislative employees, employees and officers of the General Assembly, committee counsel paid by state funds, and certain law school externs. Public servants includes the governor, members of the Council of State, leaders of principal state departments, appointees to state boards and commissions, and judicial employees. Indirect gifts are also prohibited, occurring when an event sponsor uses funds from a restricted donor to pay for benefits, and the donor knew a covered official would benefit. To mitigate this risk, event sponsors are advised to ensure funding originates from permitted sources, often by segregating funds in separate accounts. 12 exceptions exist to the gift ban. For social welfare organizations hosting local meetings, the most relevant exceptions often involve food and beverages for immediate consumption. These exceptions cover legislators, legislative employees, public servants, and covered persons. Key exceptions include 1. Open meetings. Food and beverages may be served at open meetings of a public body, properly noticed under the Public Meetings Act. 2. Public gatherings. Food and beverages can be served at any gathering open to the public, attended by 10 or more people, with a posted sign indicating the event is open to the public. 3. Legislator events. For events involving legislators, invitations sent at least 24 hours in advance must either ensure at least 10 individuals associated with the host attend, or invite all shareholders, directors, officers, members, employees, or subscribers in writing 24 hours prior. 4. Public servant events. This is the easiest exception for public servants. Invitations should note the details and identify the specific Ethics Act provision permitting attendance. If a public official is an officer or director of the hosting organization, the gift ban does not apply to items provided to attendees in the same category as the official. Organizations must exercise caution, as the rules apply even if an organization does not retain a lobbyist or engage in lobbying. Compliance requires careful tracking of contributions and expenditures to demonstrate adherence to these complex regulations. For specific legal guidance, organizations are strongly advised to consult with government relations attorneys. North Carolina's political registration landscape is shifting rapidly ahead of the upcoming election day, with Democrats and Republicans both falling below the 30% threshold, while independent voters surged to nearly 40%. According to a 7-day update from the State Board of Elections, Democrats registered at 29.8%, and Republicans at 29.9%, with unaffiliated voters accounting for 39.6% of the more than 7.7 million total registrations. This reflects a trend where unaffiliated voters are increasing at nearly the same rate as total registrations, showing a significant shift in voter alignment. Over the past 6 weeks, total registrations have increased by 33,044. Unaffiliated registrations saw a substantial gain of 32,988, while Republicans added 445 registrations, contrasting with a loss of 551 for Democrats. This contrasts sharply with a landmark election day in 2008, where Democrats held a commanding lead in registration share. In terms of legislative representation, the state's political balance is also evolving. The Council of State currently features a 5-5 split, while projections for the November 3 election indicate Republican majorities in both the Senate, with 30-20 Republicans, and the House of Representatives, with 71-49 Republicans. North Carolinians will be casting votes for a U.S. Senator, all 14 House members, and all 170 General Assembly members. Information regarding absentee ballots by mail can be requested starting the Friday before Labor Day or 15 weeks prior to that date.